And welcome everybody to QOTD, the Question of the Day Show, the game show that lets you be on the air, and you can join us on the air by recording your own video answers to our awesome daily question. It being Thursday, we have gotten all of the awesome daily questions out there all week. There have been 7, so this must be the Thursday Big Show. This is the show where we go through and review all of your answers to each of the questions of the day for the entire week, and we pick the champion of champions, the QOTD. Do we call it a QOTD? I don't know. We need a name for the thing. I'm just going to go with the weekly champion. We're going to pick a weekly champion right now, and here's how it goes. We go through each of the questions. We're going to play the best answers, the ones that you have selected as being your favorites, and then we're going to go listen to them, and then it'll be time for a final vote. And then based on your votes, we go to the finals, and then we have a final round, and then we have the QOTD Weekly Champion. And that's the way it's going to go down. In order to vote, you'll see blue buttons popping across the bottom of your screen. If you are on YouTube, there's a link in the chat that will open up the voting screen that you can do any old time, or if you're on BeOnTheAir.com, it'll be right there in front of your face, and that's where you can record, send stars, or vote, engage in any of our other amazing little activities. So, without further digression, Trish, what the heck was this week about?
Well, this week we were honoring Lollapalooza, and so our theme was It's Good to Be Young. So we are talking about fashions and festivals and even Facebook.
All right. Well, so now we know now we've got the glue that ties everything together. Let's get into the deets. So let's hear our first question.
Yes. Well, quickly, before we do that, just a quick reminder to our fans, everyone who's watching today, make sure to subscribe because we've been releasing these questions each day throughout the week. And if you subscribe, you'll be the first to get our announcement reveal videos, and you'll be the first to know, first to answer, first to rack up stars that'll help you get onto today's big show. So
sometimes you get the answers before you have the question. It's awesome. Thank you, JJ.
Exactly. Well, let's get into it with our first question. Exciting. Oh, concerts.
What was your most memorable concert or music festival?
Very interesting. You know, once upon a time, I used to go to festivals all the time. That was like my thing. But I haven't been to a concert, with the exception of the Red Hot Chili Peppers last year here in New Jersey. I hadn't been to a concert in a really, really long time. I'm going to go with Springsteen just because I saw him so many friggin' times. I must have seen Springsteen, 12 times. And that adds up to about 360 hours of concert because, boy, does he give a really long show. But that's what we're going to go with. But I can't decide whether it was one of the early festivals where there'd be like 100,000 screaming fans, or maybe in the little intimate little thing that I saw on Broadway year before last. So it was just pretty much me and Bruce kind of hanging out and having a cocktail and talking old times. But so I'm saying Bruce Springsteen. If you've never seen a Springsteen show, it's hard to describe it, but hopefully you've got a show which is just as awesome and just as memorable to you.
Yes. Well, I think we have some answers coming in from fans, so let's see if anyone can match Bruce Springsteen. As a New Jerseyan, I know, and I have confidence that it will be very hard.
I have not been to many, but I would have to say the singer of Bun. I've always loved him, and I was so close to hold his hand, but my arm was too short. Yeah, that. And I met G-Eazy at a car and bike show in Alabama before he blew up. He's a dope person all the way around.
Wow, 2 good combinations. I know, I love that, the fun in their songs.
My favorite concert experience would probably have to be my first concert, which was Green Day, probably 7 or 8 years ago. I was able to go with my dad and my best friend, and at that point I had been a Green Day fan since I was a kid, so that was definitely...
Is Green Day a drug reference? Yes.
My most memorable concert experience was when I was about 10 years old. I went to my first concert. It was an NSYNC concert, and it was opened by Pink. And the best part of that experience was that Pink wasn't big at that time, so I got to see her before she got huge when she was still an amazing musician.
That's cool.
Yeah. Have people seen those videos of Pink getting launched around like stadiums during her songs?
My most memorable concert experience was seeing Michael Jackson at Madison Square Garden. It was pretty amazing. and just what you would expect from a legend like him.
I regret not having seen Michael Jackson.
Me too.
Same.
So I had the chance to see Anita Baker in concert at the MGM Grand National, and let me tell you, sitting in the box, phenomenal. The food before the concert, absolutely amazing. And look, let me tell you, she is a performer and she had it going on. Yes.
Keith, you're a big fan.
You know it.
Never been to one. Hoping to change that for the next year. With COVID being done after that. So when COVID ends, I'm gonna go to one. Don't know who? I'm going to one.
We need a follow-up.
We do. Has he been to a concert since the pandemic has gotten better?
Yeah, I'm hearing a promise there. Well, guys, it's time to vote. So mash one of the blue buttons that's going across the bottom of your screen in order to express your preference for one of these amazing answers. If you are on YouTube and you don't have blue buttons, of course, there's a link in the chat. That will pop open the voting page and that will enable you to vote and send one of these deserving QOTDers into the finals.
Oh.
So I didn't hear Angel's answer. I heard the song, Arms Too Short. But
It was a band called Fun. I know they did like a song called like We Are Young, and that song is pretty good. I like it.
H-U-N, right?
Maybe.
Hey!
Hey!
And she won.
Right on. And it's really funny. When this question came on, I was like, wow, it has been too long. But there's really nothing like it. It's this group activity where you're with like tens of thousands of people that you've never met before, and you're all doing like the same thing. Everybody's engaged in this one thing. And you know what? That's kind of rare these days, where you do something communally. Besides decide to hate somebody, some celebrity, right? But besides that, we don't do anything together and like have that sense of like amazing excitement. So here is one vote for more concerts and festivals.
Yes, beyond. Same here. Beyond just Taylor Swift and Beyonce, other artists can do it too. Well, I think, do we want to move on to the next question, see what it has in store for us?
Indeed, you do.
Oh, here it is.
Number 2.
Well, we wanted to know, what were you into before it became cool? One thing that I'm into now that I didn't used to be is glasses, and I'm having a little bit of trouble reading today, so you have to excuse me. But what did you like before it was cool?
I mean, so much.
I know.
What did you say? You were saying something about hair last time we were talking, and I know I said I saw Hamilton first, right?
Right.
JJ, what's yours?
I know I talked a bit about forgive my French, Schitt's Creek and Stranger Things as being shows that I was like on the ground floor for. But there's been a couple, like there was that show also on Netflix called Haunting of Hill House that I watched, and I know that at least I introduced my family to it, and they got really into it. So I think I said this before, but I'm sort of my family. I'm the person who introduces my family to stuff. I'm the cool bean in the family.
You're the trendsetter.
I can't help it. I'm just cool.
Well, let's find out what other people thought was cool.
Yes, let's see.
And then we will judge.
Yes.
So I want to say I liked Lana Del Rey before she was cool. I used to have a figure skating coach back in like 2010 who was like, have you heard of this artist? And I was like, no, tell me more. And she was like, I used to coach her when she was younger up in Lake Placid. And she called her by her actual name, and I started listening to some of her music, and then she came out with her big album, like her first big album. So I kind of want to say I liked her before she was actually cool.
I did some research into this one. She was a skater.
Something that I liked before it was cool, definitely avocado. I'm an island girl, I'm from the Caribbean, so avocado is something that we ate, for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack time, and we didn't need to do no guacamole or, cut it up nicely, just take a piece of bread and just eat it together. And now you're paying an avocado toast in New York or California for $5-6. Like, that's minimum. So definitely avocados.
It's such a great answer. Out of the box.
I've always been into avocados.
For me, I'd say metal music. It's kind of gotten mainstream a little bit now, but definitely have always liked that. So, yeah.
As someone who's really into technology, I love collecting old technology, everything from old cell phones to computers. And I think that's starting to become a trend and is becoming cool. I even saw today that Apple HomePods are starting to sell for more than what they were originally worth. So I think collecting technology is something that's becoming cool.
Got yourself an eBay business, friend.
What's next? Action figures?
Something I liked before it was cool, I would have to say, is this show called Uncanny Counter. Not a lot of people talked about it at first, but I liked it first. So, yeah, that show I liked before it was cool. I don't think a lot of people still talk about it, actually, but I think it's gotten cooler since, what's his name? Since Squid Game came about, other like K-drama shows have gotten quite popular, but Uncanny Counter I liked it first, so yeah.
I thought she was talking about UFOs.
I don't know if it's cool at this point, but I like Lego. Sometimes it's for kids, but I'm one of those adults who just likes building Lego. I like collecting Lego sometimes. And maybe it's cool now for nerd culture, but I liked Lego since I was a kid, and I haven't stopped.
You know, they used to sell Legos by the pound. You just like, you pay like $1 a pound, and they just give you a bucket full of this sort of stuff. Yeah, exactly. Well, guys, it's time to vote. There are blue buttons across the bottom of your screen. Click one and send somebody to the finals. There's a link in the chat that will open up the voting screen. It'll enable you to vote. It's going to be Sonia, Annabelle, Rex Quando, however you pronounce that, Rihanna, or, you know, I got to get my glasses too. Elias, yeah, Elias and the Legos. Yeah, one of these guys got to go to the finals.
I guess QOTD, we were ahead of not being able to see things. Yeah. That was our trend.
Be like ahead of the curve. Annabella.
Avocados are delicious. I congratulations on getting ahead of that, I guess.
That was my favorite answer.
They're fun and they're good for your skin, and they're sort of funny looking, right? And there's like some like, you know, like you need to be able to have like details so you can show that you're really cool about something, so you can start to talk about the difference between California avocados and Florida avocados, because they're different, you know?
Yes, they are.
Boy,
I also shout out, I don't know, there's some drama. There's a question that needs to be answered. I just remembered I have 2 avocado like toys in my room. Literally, there's like an avocado plushie on my bed, and I have like an avocado keychain. So I guess thank you, Annabelle, for making avocados popular, because without them, I wouldn't have some truly incredible items.
Do you think that that's the implication when we say, what did you like before it was cool? Are we also saying that you kind of made it cool through your influence? Like, because for me, the movie The Highlander, I think you guys know I've been a champion of that one.
Yeah, I think we know.
It's never really taken off. I think that's going to hurt my Q rating.
Hey, it's never taken off yet. Don't hold out hope.
Yeah, well, listen, I was also a big champion of like Roswell, and here we are today. Right? You guys saw the news today, right?
No.
Oh, aliens for real.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we should get into this more. We'll have an opportunity to get into this more later. But yeah, it's all over the papers today. Guys, if you've not seen the news, aliens are real. The truth was out there, but now it's in here.
We're going to have a team meeting. I need discussion.
Yeah, truly. Well, first, we should get to the next question because I think aliens are very interesting. I think this is also going to be extremely interesting. So let's see what we have. Drum roll.
Well, this one is about the ideal age. If you could be one age forever, what would that age be?
This is a good one because I think we've discussed it before. This one sort of reveals your priorities. Are you a person who wants to, are you a very active person who wants to have like an able body, or do you want to sort of just have a more mellow life that you might get when you're older?
Right.
I think for me,
go ahead.
Sorry. I think for me, I'm still a proponent of like 30 to 35. I feel like that's the point when you have made enough mistakes that you know your way around things enough, but you still have an able body so you can have some fun activities and live life to the fullest.
Yeah, and to a certain extent, you don't have the physical capabilities that you had in the past because of Viagra.
Yeah.
And testosterone. Muscle building.
Good point. Well, I think we have some answers coming in, so let's see what people have to say and what ages they choose.
If I could choose an age that lasts, I guess, forever, then I would choose my age now, in my early 20s, because I can say, and I am confident to say, that I am living my best life right now. I am happy with my current situation. I am alive, I am healthy and all. So definitely, I'm choosing what I have right now.
You always got to be suspicious of people saying my current age because they don't know, right? Maybe the next one's better.
If I were to choose an age to be forever, I would probably choose, like in your mid-20s, like 25, probably 26, because, it's right in the middle of, like old and young, in the sweet spot right here. So, like, you would have time to, fully grow out your beard and mustache, and you wouldn't look that old, but you wouldn't also look that young. So I believe that is probably the best age to be forever.
And he's clean shaven. Just notice,
Man, if I was 21 forever and never had the age or grow up past 21, I would love that. Why? Because you're an adult. You're young still. You can be fit. You can be active, fit. You can, drink with friends. And yeah, I think 21 probably.
People care about 21 in this country because then you can go to a bar without like the stress.
I gotta start with definitely not 29. Everything starts to hurt by this time. I liked it when I was probably, I'd say like 22, 23, when I had enough, like when I was an adult and I could do whatever I wanted, but my body didn't hurt every day when I woke up. Everything was pretty decent right then. I could also go out and get as drunk as I wanted and not have a terrible hangover the next morning. So those were good times.
Patrick, there's an organization for people like you, and get on a treadmill.
If you could choose the age to be forever, what would it be and why? For this one, I'm going to say I'd like to be 2 again. I'd like to be able to poo my pants and then have someone else clean it up for me and then feed me and do everything. I can just sit around and watch TV all day and do absolutely nothing.
Or you could be 80. 90.
The age was 22. I was fresh out of college, had my first job, my first house, and my first car, a decent income that was enough to accommodate all my expenses, and I was taking a lot of travels and tours of places I've always dreamt of going. That's the best age of my life, 22.
Your salad days, that's what they call it. Before you had everything, but your life was full of promise and anticipation. Well, guys, it's time to vote. So there are blue buttons across the bottom of your screen, each of those numbers corresponding to one of these delightful individuals that you see here. And you click that button to send them to the finals. And by the way, if you're on YouTube, there's a link in the chat. If you click on that, it'll open up the voting screen and you can vote from there and send one of these answers to the finals, right? So we got a lot of Australians in this one. They had strong opinions.
Yeah. I appreciate that one of them, Brendan, was like the only one who, basically the only one who said anything other than 20s.
I know.
Patrick.
Correct.
He's done with the hangovers. You
Yeah.
know, one of the things that Brendan said too, where he was like, well, I want to be 2, so I can, go in his pants, etc. And I said, oh, you want to be 80. But you know what? And 80 is like the new 50, right? 80 is like not as old as it used to be. My dad swam from Alcatraz Island to San Francisco when he was 88.
You're kidding.
Yeah, no, but he's pretty rugged. I'm hoping I
Wow.
can be that rugged, but I certainly couldn't do it now. So maybe it's not about an age, it's how you feel. Patrick.
I think that's exactly it. Yeah, no, I've seen that there are lots of like elderly people who can do some amazing things, and then some 20-year-olds who are, a little bit on the lazier side. So yeah, age is nothing but a number.
If only somebody would change his diaper.
Well, I think we have another question coming up. I think we're not getting any younger, so let's get into it and see what it is.
Well, this one is about friends of friends. If you could be a part of any TV friend group, which would it be? It's a great question.
Yeah, I actually think this is today's question, in fact. I think it was just released a few hours ago.
It's fresh. But I mean, I do like a little bit of TV. I've been watching a show called The Bear. I do not want to be part of that TV friend group.
I keep hearing about that show.
It's a great show, but it's stressful just watching it. They're trying to run a restaurant. You could sympathize, right? High stress, Michelin starred. They're going for their Michelin star in this season. Just like
they must all party together after hours.
Sort of. The chef is a little.
He's a hard ass.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. You got to see it, but nevertheless, that's only one show. There's so many other shows out there. I mean, Looney Tunes, maybe.
Oh, that could be good. I know you mentioned Dairy Girls the other day. That is a fantastic answer.
They're
Yes.
frenemies.
How fun.
They were frenemies. They weren't really friends.
They got the shenanigans together, and as far as I'm concerned, that is a perfect TV friend group. Well, I think we have some answers coming in, so let's see if anyone else shares our thoughts about top tier TV friend groups.
I don't feel like I need to explain this one. Like, why wouldn't you? Look at that little boy. That's BMO right there. That's my group. That's my pals. Oh yeah.
This is a deep cut. It's Cartoon Network Adventure Time. That's a good group.
I would choose to be in the Phineas and Ferb friend group. Phineas and Ferb come up with the craziest adventures, and I'd love to be a part of their everyday shenanigans.
Another one. So good. 104 Days of Summer Vacation.
I could be a part of any TV friend group, I would pick the Big Bang Theory, because it seems like they're a fun group, friend group to be in with. And if I had to pick one, it would be them. And that's it.
It's solid.
Yeah.
And they are. They're good friends. They take care of each other.
If I was going to be part of a TV group of friends, I would definitely choose The Office. The reason for this is that I believe it's one of the funniest shows to ever exist. Michael Scott's my favorite character, and I would personally enjoy messing with Dwight on a daily basis, just like Jim. Another thing about why I would like to be part of that group of friends is that I'd get to have my own desk in the office. My best friend would probably be Michael Scott.
Should try having a dinner party with him first.
Okay, so a friend group from TV that I'd want to be a part of. I freaking love The Office. So I can be a part of like Michael Scott's friend group. I love his sense of humor. I think I would have a blast with that. Yeah.
Once again, dinner party with him. before you sign any waivers.
My friend group would be Scooby-Doo and the Gang. Growing up, I used to watch this show religiously. You have a talking dog, you have a bunch of friends who are going to have your back, and you get to go on a bunch of adventures and defeat bad guys. So, in my eyes, what else could you want?
So that's the third animation answer that we've gotten.
Yes, it is. There's just something about an animated friend group.
Is it going to be Scooby-Doo or The Office or Phineas and Ferb or Adventure Time? Let's get your votes in there. You can be part of our friend group. Just click the blue buttons across the bottom of your screen. If you're on YouTube, there is a link in the chat. You can click on that button and we'll open up the voting screen and you can vote for one of these amazing answers and send them to the finals.
Woo woo.
Woo!
I'd be terrified to be in the office. First off, I couldn't work in an office that was in a reality television show. Couldn't do it.
Yeah.
No way.
All right, let's find out. Oh, it's Rebecca. Let's go with a little officina.
I'd be friends with Jim. I'll tell you that.
Make me understand.
That was beautiful.
I think I've got that CD. The dinner party CD someplace.
No, I think that's honestly a good test for all of these friend groups is could you survive a dinner party with them? And I guess with The Office, I would need to be with Jim because I remember that episode, he leaves right at the beginning. So he doesn't even encounter any of the shenanigans, the tomfoolery, and the awkwardness that everyone else does.
He is a smart one.
Yeah, the problem with like Scooby-Doo is that somebody gets murdered at every dinner party, as I recall.
But not your friends.
No. That was my one I like doing Velma or Fred. Grab him by that cravat. Well, what do you say?
Next question time?
Indeed.
Let's do it. Let's see what is next on the dinner plate for us in terms of questions.
Oh, this one's a really good question. We asked if you believe that social media is a benefit or more of a burden to society. I have so much to say on this, but very briefly, obviously it's a total benefit and it just brings people together, and for networking and business purposes and making new friends and catching dates and all that stuff, it's great. I do think that for younger people that there needs to be some more oversight. It's kind of like being at school. If the parents aren't doing the job, the teachers really need to step in. And I just think that the platforms could do more to help the younger people, really young people, navigate their way through and sort of really understand the perils and the pitfalls and all that.
Who are you? And what did you do with my friend Trish?
I know.
That's what
I was
just
a
want
little
to
soapboxy
say.
about this one because I'm sick of the bullying and I'm sick of the body shaming and all that stuff. It's just, there's some terrible things. We can make it through. We're easy, right? We're old. But, as a 10, 11, 12-year-old, it's rough out there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want it.
No, I can attest as a 11, 12-year-old who was growing up as the internet was basically growing up, and especially social media, everything you said is very true. It's good in a lot of ways, but there are some pitfalls for sure.
It's heroin and should be outlawed, but go on. Let's see what other people have to say.
Yes, let's see what the viewers have to say. Is it benefit or burden?
I have wavering opinions about social media and how good it is for society. I think that it depends on the line of work you're going down. I want to act in movies and in film, and it's something I would love to do, and I need to be on social media to do that nowadays. You have to be social enough for that kind of job. But I think if I wasn't doing that, then I would gladly not be on social media and I would be perfectly fine with it. So it depends, I think, what line you're going down.
We're having so much fun.
There are memes.
I'm going to say benefit to society because you get to connect with people who you might not have been able to connect with prior to the advances made in social media. I love social media. I love TikTok. I love Instagram. I'm even a Facebook girl. Find me on LinkedIn. I don't care. I love it.
Put your LinkedIns in the chat right now. Let's network.
Do you
believe social media is a benefit or a burden to society? Well, it's definitely a benefit for sure, but of course benefits come with problems as well, don't they? And especially for people like me who's getting a little bit older, because you've got to learn this, you've got to do that, you have to be on here, you have to focus with that, you need this adapter, you need that plug-in, everything. I don't know what's going on half the time, really I don't. But it's definitely a benefit.
So many buttons to click. So little time.
I believe social media is both. For the good that comes out of it would be people who aren't able to go out and get jobs are able to work on social media and make money, spread awareness. There's a lot to learn from social media. And I think all of that can be the beautiful side of it. But the burden of it would be there's a lot of research coming out that, especially for younger generations, it can be very dangerous to our mental health.
Courageous answer. Thank you, London.
I would say overall, it is a benefit. However, it does make me fearful of how social media affects people in their younger years. I feel like as an adult, I was an adult when social media really got big. I had AIM when I was a kid. But now people are just seen their whole lives, so that actually scares me quite a bit for society.
Yeah, do you know what AIM is? You know what he's talking about?
Is he saying AIM?
Until a few years ago, I think I would have said benefit. Starting a couple of years ago now and looking into the future, I definitely lean more burden, especially for the younger generation, just with all the hate language and bullying and just cyber cruelness that is out there now. I am so glad that I only grew up with MySpace top 8 worries and disposable cameras, because that was embarrassing enough.
Yeah, no, I feel like I have a good variety of topics with these answers that sort of cover the gamut.
Well, you're going to have to pick one because it is voting time. So mash one of the blue buttons on the bottom of the screen and send what you think is the best answer. Best, what does best mean? Inspiring, the one you agreed with? Who had the cutest accent? I don't know. Send one of these people to the final. Diversity of accents here. This was a good one. But we didn't get any Aussies. No.
We missed out.
It's all very Northern European and North American.
Yes.
And then whatever you call those Californians.
Is it bad that when you said, do you know what AIM is? And when Bart was talking about AIM, I thought a goal or a purpose, not AIM.
Yeah, no, exactly. I thought maybe it was before your time. Vicky Bell, an actress from London, brings to us the winning answer, and she's going to be going to the finals, which will be with us in just a couple of minutes. She's saying social media problems. It's a Pandora's box. She didn't say it in so many words.
I'd
That's what
also
she was
like
saying.
to interject and tell you that Phoebe Bell just won $25. This was a new question. He's the round winner, so congratulations, Phoebe Bell, for your win.
So I don't know whether people are generally aware that you can win cash on this show. And the way that it works is that if you answer one of the new questions, where it's the first time that they've been run, and you're voted the best during the Thursday Big Show, you win $25. But here's the best part, is that if you also win the finals, you win another $100. So you can win $125. So is this the only new question this week, Trish?
I believe it is.
All right. We got a bunch of new questions that are ready to roll. Maybe next week we'll put out more than one.
No, I'm so sorry. We do have another one coming up.
Oh, let's see.
Well, congratulations, Beefy Bell.
Yes, congratulations. And here it is, another new question.
What is your secret to getting a baby to sleep faster? Did I say that right?
What is your secret to getting a baby to go to sleep?
Go to sleep faster.
Yes. What can you do? What can one do? And this is kind of in the guise of in QOTD, here we are sharing information, we're sharing answers to questions. We thought we would do kind of like a big kind of crowdsourced public service. We're going to ask questions, we're going to share our folk knowledge, and then maybe somebody out there who has a baby right now is going to really benefit from this. I myself, I've had 4 kids. I know everything Everything that there is to know.
Yeah, you put your baby in their mother's arms. That's how you
Yes, that was a strategy that I found very successful. How about you? Your kids are so wonderful. You did a good job. I bet you got a couple of tricks.
I had a couple tricks, yeah. Routine is important. I'm just going to tell you all that. Faster you can get a baby on a sleep routine and maintain that routine no matter what, the easier your life is going to be in the coming months.
Right. Benadryl. That's what she's saying, guys. At 7 p.m. sharp. All right, JJ, what do we got from the folks?
Yes, I think we got some good hacks. Let's see if they have some ones that work.
Not just to get them to go to sleep, but the biggest baby life hack I have is don't have them. It's basically like there's a sleeping baby in my house at all times. It's fantastic.
Let's also keep in mind that she's also the one who said no social media. Thank you. Thanks, but no thanks. No kids.
I've always thought that just make kids work out, before they go to bed. Make the baby do push-ups, sit-ups, maybe some jumping jacks if they can stand up. If they can't walk, make them hold their rattle over their head, a few times. Maybe you can exercise their arms. Kidding. There is no secret. You just get them up, you rock them, and you freaking pray. That's it.
See, I think he's right. I mean, all the joking aside, I think that getting your kids to be active helps them
Okay,
get sleep.
this is going to be rich coming from someone who doesn't have kids. But with my friends' kids, what I do is I just sing to them about random stuff in the room. And then I rub between their eyes like this. And that forces them to close their eyes. And babies don't understand English, okay? I just sing to them about random things like the painting on the wall or the broom by the door or something. And they fall asleep.
I can just tell you that I just tested the nose thing, and boy, does that work.
So, what's your secret of getting a baby to sleep? Well, simple answer really, isn't it? Nice big bottle of whiskey. Glass. Tell them to help themselves.
And the trick, of course, is to give that to yourself. I don't care if the baby's asleep or not.
Put that baby behind the bar. It's going to be a bartender in no time.
They get rattles to teach them how to shake.
My hot tip is baby wearing. Strap that baby on. The closeness, the smell of you, the movement, everything just gives them a great sleep throughout the day, and you're hands-free, so you can get a lot done. Oh, you can get so much done hands-free. And the other best thing about it is if they're a bit colicky, the upright positioning that they're in all day, most of the day, or no, all day in my case, means that they sleep better at night. So that means you get a better sleep as well. So huzzah.
So yeah, we were into this attachment parenting. We did that for the first one.
The secret to making your baby fall asleep is quite simple. All you gotta do is talk at it in an even tone, monotone voice. Just ask it questions. Why are you doing this? Who do you think you are? Do you know that I need sleep too? The baby will be so confused as to why you're not matching its emotional state, and it will recognize your emotional unavailability as confusion. Confuse your babies to sleep is what I'm saying.
So it's not attachment parenting, it's detachment parenting. Yeah. Not all that different from what London was saying, but just talk about random things. They just like your voice. And I think that that's probably true. Wow, this is all good stuff. And I don't know exactly which ones to choose. So I guess it's up to you fans. Click on one of those blue buttons. We'll send somebody to the finals and give them $25. So go ahead and click on the blue buttons on your screen. If you don't see a blue button, it's probably because you're on YouTube or Twitch. So in the chat, there is a link. Click on that link, pop open the voting screen, and then you can vote. Is it going to be not have a baby? Is it going to have the baby all the time attached to your skin? Is it going to be exercise or singing about random things or
whiskey.
I'm not entirely surprised that the YouTube audience says, no kids.
Just go for the funny.
I'm going to focus on myself. Yeah, well, funny is a long thing. Alexis won not so long ago, didn't she? She won like 2 weeks ago.
Yes, she did. And here she is again with another $25 win for an awesome answer.
Way to go.
Nice, nice. A speech. I will say one thing I love about this set of answers is now after Elijah's answer, I'm now imagining you have like you're cradling a baby and you're like, where were you the night of October 15th?
Exactly. I thought I saw you in the book depository. Is that true?
Sucking on a bottle. Well, I think we actually have one more question, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, it's a good one.
Yes, we wanted to know what fashion trend from the past would you like to see make a big old comeback? And I'm going to tell you guys right now, big hair, big, huge 80s, a bottle of Aquanet and a teaser comb. Oh my God, the bigger, the better. Just couldn't be around anybody smoking a cigarette, but it was so good and so outrageous. And it just took away from like the crappy makeup that we wore in the 80s and the huge shoulder pads and everything else. But I'm going for big teased out hair.
I don't think you ever had big teased out hair.
Oh, I'm going to send you guys a picture.
All right, I want to see it. I definitely want to see it. Yeah, I gotta say that like Farrah Fawcett made that fashion statement, and we're all totally down with that.
Yeah, but then we bastardized it in the 80s with just like blew it up.
So I mean, now we're talking about like we need to like sculpt it. It can be big, but it needs to be like controlled a little bit.
Yeah, stiff as a board. That's the way
You
to
just
go.
gotta just let it be free or shape down.
Buzz cut.
Yeah.
Either afro or buzz cut, no in between. But I think we have some answers coming in, so let's see what our QOTD fashionistas have to say about this matter.
I definitely wish that like neon sweatpants, tracksuits, sweatbands, even like a fanny pack here or there, and like the swooshy material, but it's got to be in neon. Those are like the parties that I look forward to going to the most, where I can deck out in like 80s gear and nobody looks at you funny, but it should definitely come back.
That's my girl. Love it.
Speak on it.
I would totally like to see Regency era ball gowns and tuxes and tails come back. I think it would be awesome. And I just want to see them walking around town down here in Princeton and getting in and out of their VWs.
Yeah, he also likes the 80s, the 1880s, but you know.
Right.
Close enough.
So I think these are already making a comeback, but anything high-waisted, skirts, pants, shorts, literally anything with tight tops. I just, that is such a good look.
So flattering.
It's so good. Can't complain.
The trend I wish that would come back from the past was my favorite was Heelys. I used to love Heelys when I was a kid. Every day I used to ride my Heelys from home. I used to fall a lot though. I used to get a lot of injuries, but I wish the Heelys come back.
The insurance companies did that one in, right? Did you do Heelys?
So I'm not the most stylish person there ever was, clearly, but if anything could come back, I would really wish bell bottoms to come back.
You know, a bunch of people said bell bottoms.
You know, not that I think this is fully gone, but I think Crocs are on the way for a big comeback, and I think they're due for it. I think that Crocs in the early 2000s was maybe one of the best fashion trends ever, and I really hope that we see them come back soon in the 2020s.
Oh, they're so back. Croc heels. They have Croc heels now.
Horrible. Horrible.
So yeah, I heard that you can there's like a device that you can make your heels bigger or smaller with Crocs. They're called crocodiles. Anyway, guys, it's time for us to vote. Click on one of the blue buttons to vote for one of your corresponding people. Just kidding. Crocodiles. If you don't see blue buttons on the bottom of your screen, use the link in the chat in order to open up the voting screen. And then we can send Alexis or Pear or Irvi or Demetrius or Christina or even Quinn to the final round, which I think is coming up right next. It's your last chance to vote.
Yeah.
You know, until right after the show.
True. But this is the big one, though. It's the whole week.
This is it, yeah.
Oh, let's see who wins.
Irvi.
Yes.
Something high-waisted.
High-waisted and tight tops.
She had given it some thought. She said it like, you know, she wasn't just like saying it. That's what she really wants. You know, there's one thing I thought that I would explain is that across the top of everybody's picture when they're talking are these numbers. Those numbers are actually not the votes. That's their rating. The rating is essentially enhanced every time somebody sends stars to them. So if you ever click on the link and you see those stars, these little green buttons across the bottom of the screen, that's just a way for you to just kind of give somebody a thumbs up. And it helps their rating, helps them get seen more frequently. And because of that, you know, it gives you more chances to earn votes and make it to the big show. Like Irvi right here with 287 stars.
And you're going to help them win some cash too.
Yes, and they thank you.
Yes. Speaking of cash, I think we have gone through all the questions for this week. So that means there's one last thing to do, and it is to announce this week's champion. Woo-hoo! Here we are, the champion rounds.
All right, so the way that this works is we're going to go through all of the top answers from each of the questions. These are the ones that you voted for during the show as being the best answer. We'll do a quick review and then a final vote, and then we will pick our QOTD champion of the week.
Yes, we will. Well, I think before we announce the winner, we need to give a quick recap of the answers so that way people know what they're voting for. So let's get. You just said that?
Yes.
Oh, anyway, let's do it.
Something that I liked before it was cool, definitely avocado. I'm an island girl, I'm from the Caribbean, so avocado is something that we ate, for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack time, and we didn't need to do no guacamole or, cut it up nicely, just take a piece of bread and just eat it together. And now you're paying an avocado toast in New York or California for $5-6. Like, that's minimum. So definitely avocados.
Yeah, Annabelle's answering the question, what were you into before it was cool?
I have not been to many, but I would have to say the singer of Bun. I've always loved him, and I was so close to holding his hand, but my arm was too short. Yeah, that. And I met G-Eazy at a car and bike show in Alabama before he blew up. He's a dope person all the way around.
So Angel's telling us about her most memorable concert or festival ever.
Not just to get them to go to sleep, but the biggest baby life hack I have is don't have them. It's basically like there's a sleeping baby in my house at all times.
How do you
It's
make
fantastic.
A baby go to sleep? How do you make a baby go to sleep? Alexa says just don't have them. Nice cynical answer.
So a friend group from TV that I'd want to be a part of. I freaking love The Office. So if I can be a part of like Michael Scott's friend group, I love his sense of humor. I think I would have a blast with that. Yeah.
Yeah, what TV friend group would you totally want to be a part of? She says The Office. I say Modern Family.
Do you believe social media is a benefit or a burden to society? Well, it's definitely a benefit for sure, but of course benefits come with problems as well, don't they? And especially for people like me who's getting a little bit older, because you've got to learn this, you've got to do that, you have to be on here, you have to focus with that, you need this adapter, you need that plug-in, everything. I don't know what's going on half the time, really I don't. But it's definitely a benefit.
Yeah, we'll explain swiping later. Fifi Bell's answering the question, is social media good or bad?
So I think these are already making a comeback, but anything high-waisted, skirts, pants, shorts, literally anything with tight tops, that is such a good look.
What fashion trend from the past would you totally like to see come back?
I'm going to start with definitely not 29. Everything starts to hurt by this time. I liked it when I was probably, I'd say like 22, 23, when I had enough, like when I was an adult and I could do whatever I wanted, but my body didn't hurt every day when I woke up. Everything was pretty decent right then. I could also go out and get as drunk as I wanted and not have a terrible hangover the next morning. So those were good times.
Yeah, Patrick's giving a very practical answer to the question, if you could be any age for the rest of your life, forever, what would it be? And the answer is, like 28. All right, well, listen, there were so many good answers to all of these questions. It's time for us to vote. and pick our champion of the week. Click the blue button across the bottom of your screen. If you're on YouTube or Twitch, there's a link in the chat that will enable you to vote. Open up a voting screen. Come right back. Yeah, I don't know. I know some good accents. You know, I kind of favor that. Becca, congratulations, Becca. Which question was she answering?
Michael Scott's BFF.
Oh, which television friend group would you totally like to be a member of? I think during the week I said I wanted to be on MASH.
Yeah,
I want to be friends with like BJ and Hawkeye and Radar.
Hot Lips Houlihan. JJ,
Hot Lips.
You're probably not
you know, you kind of channel her a little bit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Take that as a compliment.
That was good. Well, guys, that was really awesome. So Becca is our QOTD champion of the week. Thank you so much to Becca and to everybody else who voted, who shared themselves by recording a little bit. We know it's not that easy. It's a little embarrassing to get out there and like answer honestly something like that. But, you know, she knocked it out of the park, and so will you. And if you just go and watch the show and maybe send a star or two, we also thank you for that. So that was the end of this week. And so we begin next week, right, with another 7 questions. And you know, guys, the way it works. Friday's the question, Saturday's the question, Sunday's the question. If you want to get these questions in your inbox, just subscribe to us on YouTube or go over to the site. And you can go ahead and register. We'll send it to you on your email. But I like the idea that the questions go together and they kind of sing a little song in a certain sense, right? Last week was It's Great to Be Young, right? Patricia, what's this week's theme? And maybe a little bit of hints, maybe?
Yeah, this week's theme is kind of Arrested Development type thing. We're celebrating Sturgis that's taking place in beautiful South Dakota. So we're going to talk a little bit. This is lighthearted. This is fun. We're talking about breaking the rules, getting arrested, tattoos, embarrassing decisions that you've made. We've got new questions, so we've got chances for people to win more money next week. And I'm super excited.
I'm a little bit country, I'm a little bit Metallica. And so I think this is sort of my question.
Yeah, and I'm in my 20s and I'm going to be making many mistakes in the next like 7 years that I am in my 20s. So this question is also very much for me still.
So, Trish, did you ever ride? Did you ever date somebody who was a biker?
Never. Huh. I'm scared to death of motorcycles.
Huh. I used to ride.
Scared of both of them.
Yeah, I would love to be able to ride again. But then when I had kids, it just seemed like too risky. But now that my kids are all grown up, I kind of would like to go back there and, you know, get another motorcycle. I'm really excited. I'm always intrigued by it. I've never been to Sturgis. I know a couple of guys who go, you know, every year. And it's like just sort of like the gathering of the clans in a certain sense. People from all over America go. So I think it's pretty awesome. I'm really looking forward to talking about it this whole week long. For those of you from overseas, and you don't know what Sturgis is, it's just like, how do I describe it? It's like everybody across America hops on a motorcycle and drives into the middle of the country, and then they hang out. Yep. It's really, really cool, but sort of odd. I don't know exactly what to compare it to. There's like I know that there's the Glastonbury Festival in the UK, and I know there's another weird one up in Scandinavia where like in the middle of the winter, everybody just goes and like walks across the length of the country. I don't remember what it's called, but there's a pathway thing. But anyway, that's what it is. This is one of our great folk festivals. So if you guys want to hear more about this or answer questions or kind of tell us what your experiences are, just subscribe and get the questions every day, or you can hop on over to QOTD.BeOnTheAir.com and you can see what's cooking over there. So I guess with that, let me just say on behalf of everybody at BeOnTheAir.com and QOTD, thank you so much for participating in this little adventure we call QOTD, the Question of the Day Show. Everybody have a great weekend. Thanks for playing.
Yes, and we will see you on TV. Bye.
Especially congratulations to our winners.